ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones had to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Saints and the Commanders next on Madden Football.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between our visitors and the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks, standing at 6'5".
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Here's 2nd and 8. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew what the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team in the postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Oh, able to avoid him. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Touchdown.
Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They've got the big play. Then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
Point after here coming up. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception, and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
The Saints again ready to go on offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That one taken in by T.
And the ball is knocked out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
But we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave you underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
2nd and 2. As this complete to Woods. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nash. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 2nd and 5. And he wisely will throw that one away. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Based on my math, they've only completed 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll try the left side. It's Richards. And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incomplete.
And oh, he coughed it up.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's got room.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off the draw, here's Williams. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Caught on the slant. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. 2nd and 1.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Commanders have got it back to within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On 2nd down, it's Richards, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Here's Higgins out on the right side.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Looking to throw. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the Washington offense going back to work. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now 13. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw here's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll throw now on the final play. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Now a give right side. Richards.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 2nd down now, it's Richards. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 45-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. It's Richards. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. Richards. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richards.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Saints continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught by Woods. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now the Saints coming back out, ready to go for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Up the middle they go. It's Richards.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, it's Richards.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 31.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, Richards. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Richards. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. On 3rd down, it's Richards. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Maybe quick play there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter.
Standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, nice move. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent.
The ball carried by number 29. He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. And they'll try to run the option here.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 2nd and 5.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now for the point after. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Washington offense set to take over again. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw here.
As this complete to Woods.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That's good. For the Commanders, 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 49-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On third down, here's Williams. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. In the fourth quarter, he's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's third down.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.